It happened in the library with the candlestick. Or did it? Maybe it happened in South Carolina with the eye drops. This is Hold My Sweet Tea. Good morning. I'm Pearl.
And I'm still half asleep. I'm Holly.
Do you need some Visine?
Maybe. My eyes are a little red, but not like pink eye red.
No. That would be Chicken Voldemort's eyes. Which, by the way, he has double pink eye, folks.
Yeah.
But, so is that like a HIPAA violation? No, I'm just
Maybe.
kidding. But he literally asked me the other day, he's like, are you using my name or are you still calling me Chicken Voldemort? I said,
he hasn't been listening, I see, huh?
I said, both? Yeah, he said, I'm a little behind. And his daughters are like, yeah, we bug him every time we get in the car. Let's listen to Aunt Pearl's and Aunt Holly's podcast.
Right.
And so, yeah. So, Joe, yes, we still call you Chicken Voldemort. It's way more fun.
Yeah, with your double pink eye.
Double pink eye, Chicken Voldemort. Now that's his name.
I'm sure he's heard all the pink eye jokes, too.
Yep. I told him to quit motorboating people's butt cracks.
That's gold right there.
There's people at work who are joking about someone farting on his pillow or farting in his helmet or something. Just anything that would cause.
But is it a bacterial pink eye or a, like, what's the other one?
I don't know.
Because one of them you can get, of course, bacteria from poo,
or
pretty much. But
whatever.
There's also one that's like you can catch from other people.
Yeah. Like a viral.
Viral contagious one.
Pink eye. Yeah, I don't know.
I've had pink eye. It was, oh my God. I think I was like a teenager when I had pink eye. That was the last time.
Yeah. I haven't had pink eye ever yet.
Yeah, knock on some wood.
But I've had a lot of styes.
Oh, yeah. I've never had a sty.
Those are annoying.
Oh, I bet.
They're a little bit painful, especially on the top lid.
Yeah.
They're like big swollen lid with your eyelashes poking out of it.
Did you use Visine?
No.
Well, I think, your story here.
I mean, after today, we all might see Visine a little different.
See Visine.
See Visine.
I can't see without my Visine.
You probably want to.
Right. We're going to open your eyes to the effects of Visine.
The truths about Visine.
Right.
Now, in Wedding Crashers, they used Visine to induce like that vomiting and diarrhea in Homegirl's fiance.
Right.
So,
and it can in like a tiny little dose, but also you can use hydrogen peroxide, because they use that for dogs to make them throw up if they have something, give them a little capful.
Right. So it's obvious that you shouldn't ingest it.
Right.
I'm like, it's going in your eye, it's cool, but apparently anywhere else you're in trouble.
Right. It's going to hit your stomach and you're just going to go, nope. And everything's going to come right back up.
Yep. Time's up. But today we're going to go to South Carolina and talk about South Carolinian Visine.
I love that. South Carolinians.
We're going to specifically talk about Lana and Steve Clayton.
Okay.
They met online in 2010. And they were married for 5 years before Steve dies.
Oh. They only made it 5 years, huh?
Only 5 years.
Oof.
And this was not either of them's first marriage. So they had both been married before. So this would be Lana's second time being married. I'm not sure if her ex is still alive or not. I didn't look into it that far.
Right.
But there's like an ongoing joke in Steve's family where they're like, Steve has been married so many times we've lost count.
Oh, gosh. Sounds like my 2 Sagittarius sisters. Sorry if you're listening. Multiple.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I sometimes sit here and joke. I mean, I know how many times my mom has been married, but I would mess with her about it all the time. I'd be like, how many times have you been married?
Have you lost count yet?
Can we count on our hands? No, it's,
right.
It's funny. But she's only been married a handful
I'm like,
of times.
I was one and done. After that, I'm like, nope, never
Learned
again.
my lesson.
Never again.
I never have once. So
right.
Here we are.
We would make good spinsters in Bridgerton.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, we would.
That's the life I want to live. That is the life I'm living.
Right.
I absolutely love it.
Except you're not chaperoning your younger sister at her etiquette classes.
Nope. And I do not promenade.
So Lana was a nurse. And that was something that Steve's family really liked about her.
Mm-hmm.
They felt like that meant, if anything ever happened to Steve, he was in good hands.
Right.
Like he'd be taken care of. She knows what to do.
She's a safe person, right? She's a nurse.
Yes. But is she?
Right.
Steve was a businessman. I say businessman because most of your Markle family stuff.
Yes.
Businessman.
He's a businessman.
He started his career as an accountant, but then he opens a bunch of physical therapy clinics and becomes a big millionaire.
Oh, okay.
And retires by the time he's 40.
Well, go Steve. No wonder you went through so many women.
That's what I was about to say.
Prenup.
Yeah. So on the morning of July 21st in 2018, Steve would lay dead at the bottom of the staircase in his home, and Lana would be running around outside frantically asking for help from her neighbors and even a person that was driving by on a motorcycle.
Things like this give me Uncle Fester and Debbie vibes again.
You're a nurse. What in the hell are you doing outside?
Why are you
running
asking
around
for help? Right.
Yeah. So that becomes a big red flag.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that further in. But James Blackledge, riding on his motorcycle, about to pass her house, she comes running out, waving her arms and yelling at him to please call 911. She's like, I think my husband is dead. She doesn't stop and talk to him. She keeps trucking across the street.
Uh-huh.
And so he's on the phone with dispatch and he's watching her continue to run across the street. And she's like banging on a screen door of one of her neighbor's houses. This neighbor is Terry Floyd. And Terry's close friend of the Claytons, of both of them. And Terry tells 48 Hours that, quote, I asked her what was wrong, and she just kept saying, it's Steve, over and over. So they go back across the street because still don't know what's wrong because she just keeps repeating, it's Steve, and crying. And they go back to the house, but she just kind of tells Terry he's at the bottom of the stairs in the foyer, like points in that direction. And the guy on the phone is watching this, like the whole thing while he's on the phone. And he's like saying, I don't know, it must have been an accident. He's like saying, that he's telling dispatch that he's not sure if he's dead or not.
Right,
because he's not inside, she came out screaming, like, just trying to tell him the whole thing. But he's like, she said to me she thinks he's dead, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get that cleared up. And while all that's happening, he's like telling 48 Hours during an interview that he thought it was a little odd because the neighbor went into the house, but Lana stayed outside.
And she's a nurse.
Yes. He said she literally sat down on the front steps while Terry went inside and comes back out saying, there's definitely no pulse. Steve is dead. And she's a nurse.
Yeah. Like, even if she checked his pulse before she left the house and was all erratic and everything, which I feel like if you're a nurse,
you're going to get the phone. You're going to call 911, put it on speaker.
Right.
And you're going to
be like, I'm doing chest compressions.
CPR.
I'm doing this, you know, all this stuff. Because that's what you're trained to do.
Yes.
And you're also trained to not freak out in that type of situation, even if it's your own family.
Correct.
Okay. Little over dramatization going on here. Okay.
She is putting on the show for sure. WBTV initially covered all the stuff that was happening. And they reported that Lana had explained that Steve had actually been suffering with vertigo for about 3 days before he died.
Oof, I've had vertigo. It's not fun.
So he basically stayed in bed, was nauseated, dizzy, all that jazz the whole time, those 3 days. Lana also told reporters that their bedroom was upstairs and that she last checked on Steve at about 11 o'clock that morning. She said he was sleeping, like totally out. And that before going outside to mow the lawn, she made sure that he had his medicine and water and anything else she could think that he would need upon waking next to the bed. So that she didn't have to worry and she could go outside, take care of the lawn, and then come back in. So that's what she does. She goes outside, mows the lawn, comes back in, and discovers her 64-year-old husband dead at the bottom of the stairs. Is how she explains it. When police came and talked to neighbor Terry, the neighbor says that Lana felt guilty for not checking on him.
So that made her run around all erratic and everything? Like, that makes no sense.
Right. So, initially, you know, when the deputy coroner arrives and they're checking out the scene and everything, they believe it's a natural death and that maybe Steve had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going with in this moment. Right. Steve has a nephew. His name is Nick French. We're just going to call him French. And he's a police officer in a nearby town. So when he finds out what's going on, which he doesn't find out from Lana.
Yeah.
But when he finds out what's going on, he rushes to the scene. And he's like, you know, everything here was really emotional, obviously.
Yeah.
And they're telling him, you know, it appears to be a natural death, blah, blah, blah. But he says, for him, when he's looking at everything, there were some red flags. He said, the fact that there were at least 2 phones in the home.
Right.
And Lana didn't use either one, yet instead ran outside for help. Why wasn't she calling 911? Right. Why wasn't she administering CPR?
Right.
The same questions we literally just asked.
Right. And I just want to say, like, I don't know about other people, and I know other people react differently, but when I'm in a situation like, I don't feel guilt. That's not one of the things I would feel at all. That comes later when you're grieving, then guilt hits.
Correct.
I go into like
action mode.
Yes. And take care of what needs to be taken care of. And I get very, very rational. Like,
and hyper focused.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is what I need to do. This is survival mode. That's what I go into. Now, other people are different, and I know.
Yeah.
But there's no, it's all, you know, just very, like,
action oriented.
Yeah, straightforward.
Yeah.
I don't panic in situations like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally, my child, when he was 5 weeks old, I just got him home from the NICU and all that stuff. And he stopped breathing in the middle of the night because we didn't know he was having seizures. And I immediately went into like frozen action mode. There was nothing else. Like, my brain was thinking of nothing else but like making my child survive and calling 911. And the entire way, as I'm riding in the front of the ambulance to the hospital, my phone was still clutched in my hand, and my fingers were like, white knuckled, right. Because I didn't even realize that I was still holding it, but like I was gripping it so tight because that was the lifeline to the hospital that I knew immediately that I had to call,
right,
to get my child help.
Yes, everybody,
right,
knows that you have to call, but. Yeah.
So.
And like you said before, she's trained.
She is a trained nurse, and you are trained for these situations, even if it's your own family member, not to.
You would think that would like heighten that sense of need for care.
Yeah. So just had to throw that in there.
Yes. The other thing for French was that his Uncle Steve does not like his phone is not on him.
Yeah.
And they have no idea where it is. They can't find his phone at all. And they're like, he was never without his phone. I mean, who is?
Right.
Everybody.
This was what, 2018?
Me, because I'll leave it on the table and go in another room and people get mad at me because I
do that too. I'm like, oh, I need to charge it or something. Yeah. And I come back and I'm like, oh, 2 missed calls. Sorry.
My bad. I walked away. Oh my God. So, yeah. But I mean, basically, most people, they are chained to their side. So it is weird when there's no phone. Then there was Lana's reaction to the deputy coroner asking her about funeral arrangements. So basically, you know, they're thinking natural death. They don't think anything is sus about this situation. So she's like, do you know what funeral home you'd like him to go to? You know, normal questions. Right. And initially, Lana's like, you know, covering her face and going, it's just, this is too much to handle right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm freaking out.
Right.
Still. Crying her eyes out. I can't do this, blah, 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 whatever.
Overreacting. So
then the coroner says, it's fine. We can just take his body to the morgue and we can run some tests and just verify that this is indeed what happened.
Right.
Well, then.
That's when she's like, oh, shit.
Then Lana's like, immediately going, you know what? He can just go to this funeral home. It's like real close by. We can just get him brought there and he can get cremated.
No autopsy. It's fine. Yeah. No toxicology.
The jump from I don't know to
so
cremation.
Yeah.
Literally like triggers French. He's like, something's really messed up.
Yeah.
So he tells Lana, you know, it would actually be a really good idea to just let him go to the morgue and have some tests run.
Right.
So we can know for sure what happened. You know, I mean, obviously, if he's having a heart attack, they want to know it was really a heart attack. More than just for, like, was this homicide? It wasn't about that. It's like,
right.
Maybe nobody else in their family has ever had one before, so they want to be aware.
And also they have to put on the death certificate, like, the cause of death.
I mean, they could have wrote natural death,
Right.
blah,
Could
blah,
have just
blah,
fell on
but
the stairs, natural death, whatever. But yeah, like,
yeah,
did he have a heart attack? Did he, like, was it the vertigo?
right. And then he also brings up Chris. Uncle Steve's a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Chris would really like a chance to visit Uncle Steve too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And immediately Lana's also like against that. And she's saying, I don't want him to see his uncle, his favorite uncle in this state. And French is like, he's a grown person.
Right.
He can make that decision as to whether or not
he wants to come or not.
You don't have the right to take that from him. This is his family. Not to mention, y'all, Steve has a sister that still doesn't even know her brother's dead.
Oh, gosh.
At this point. But French keeps pushing her about letting Chris come. And she literally yells at him. So he just kind of walks away and calls Chris.
Yeah.
And then Chris calls Steve's sister. Her name's Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosie would tell 48 Hours that for the 3 days he supposedly had vertigo before his death, she couldn't reach him. She kept trying to call, text. Nothing was being answered. No response whatsoever. And she thought that it was like super odd that he had never responded.
Mm-hmm.
And now suddenly he's dead. She's like, I'm having a hard time correlating vertigo and death.
Yeah. But also, like, okay, so I've had vertigo. And for me, you really don't get dizzy where you're like wanting to fall down. It's like the entire room around you like spins. And like you literally stop in your tracks. And you're like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
like, because the room is spinning. It's not like, oh, I'm so dizzy, I'm falling down type, spinning, and I fell down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't make sense at all.
No. Everyone kept saying on the outside, they're a loving couple.
Mm-hmm.
The normal thing you hear. Perfect.
Oh, they're just the greatest little couple, yeah.
They're in love. Well, everyone said that except their veterinarian.
Oh, got the veterinarian involved now.
The vet tells 48 Hours that was all a facade. Their relationship was strained and strange, and that Lana actually wouldn't even speak if Steve was in the room.
You know what Lana is spelled backwards, right?
Anal. Yes.
Every time you say Lana, I'm like, anal.
Right. But the vet also tells them about a strange incident that had left Lana in her bedroom holding a crossbow and her sleeping husband's head holding the arrow. She claimed it was an accident, and this was like 2 years before Steve had died. Now, his injury was minor from this situation, and Steve himself actually brushed it off as an accident. He no charges were ever filed. Nothing ever came of it. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's an accident." But bro, why do you have a crossbow in your bedroom?
Right. What are you doing in the bedroom with a crossbow pointing it at your husband?
What?
That was attempt number 1, probably.
Right. What the hell?
And like, oh, it didn't get him. Because she was just going to be like, oh my God, it was an accident. It just went off.
Right.
Because I had an arrow in it.
Well, you would think if stuff was so wrong that Lana would be the one, expressing to other people that their marriage was blah and like, this is going on or whatever. But it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Steve was expressing that he wasn't happy and that his marriage was on the rocks and it just wasn't working out the way he thought it was going to. And he had confided all of this into his nephew, Chris, the fave.
Right.
So, despite the fact that Lana did not want Chris to come, he shows up anyway.
Right.
And then she starts acting like, oh, she never said not to come. And she's like asking him to help her to get Steve's affairs in order and all of that. So he says, okay, well, the first thing we need to do is find his will. And that way we can make sure we are following his wishes.
Right.
Like what he wanted done, whether that be cremation or burial.
Right.
Like we want to honor him and do what he asks. Well, Lana immediately is like, there's no will. And Chris's face is like twisted. And he's like, I know for a fact there's a will because he made me his executor.
Oh.
So then she gets angry, starts demanding there's no will, and makes them leave. Makes everyone leave.
Honey, that just made you even more guilty.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the meantime of all this stuff, like when she's talking to other people before Chris's arrival, French overhears her talking to other people in like the kitchen area, telling all these like big stories about Steve was using hardcore drugs and all this stuff. And she's like literally in there laughing about it.
Oh my gosh.
So these guys aren't talking to each other, but I feel like if they were at this point, they would realize, bro.
Right. Like, what's going on here?
Individually, they both kind of come to the conclusion that Lana doesn't want an autopsy done, but they don't understand why. What is she afraid of?
Going to prison?
Right. And French, like, during the time that Lana and Nick are talking, is, like, upstairs in the bedroom where his uncle had died, or where his uncle had laid for 3 days, sorry.
Yeah.
And he's like, the room is in disarray. It's disgusting. The mattress is literally urine soaked.
Ew.
And when he asks Lana about it, she's like, well, every time he has vertigo, that happens. He pees on himself.
No.
He pees the bed.
No.
But again, he's also sitting there going, how the hell did vertigo become a heart attack?
Right.
So later, Chris and his wife offer to come back and help search for the will, which Lana still refusing. Like, she tells him over the phone, it's my house, I'll do it, and she hangs up on him. She does make arrangements at that funeral home, and he's there and scheduled for a cremation.
Right.
The following day.
No.
So at this point, Chris and French actually get together and they both agree something is wrong. And both of them are like totally relieved they weren't the only ones. Like they were like, I thought I was just being crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously they confirmed together something is wackadoodle here. And so they reach back out to the coroner's office and they're like explaining, we're in a rush. Time is of the essence. We need you to order an autopsy. Like it has, like we're demanding it.
Right now. Yeah.
Right now. Go snatch that body up. So Lana has no idea that they're doing this.
Right.
And the deputy coroner agrees, goes and gets the body just in the nick of time. And they do the autopsy. The autopsy confirms it is not a heart attack. There's like literally nothing showing up in his autopsy at all. But they also did toxicology.
Right.
And that report tells a very, very different story.
Of course.
No hardcore drugs.
Mm-mm.
Like Lana tried to say would be there. Only a chemical that would be found in eye drops. So now they confirm he died of poisoning.
Yep.
But was it an accidental OD or was it homicidal OD?
Right. But why would he be purposely drinking Visine?
Yeah. So that's where we're
Right.
going with this.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, then the deputy coroner throws this back to the sheriff's office and the FBI.
Yes.
They decide that they want to allow the deputy coroner to explain the findings to Lana, who never knew an autopsy was even happening. It was shh.
Right. Like, why is this happening?
So they call her in, and she sits down with the deputy coroner. The FBI and the sheriff are in another room listening.
Mm-hmm.
And the coroner says, I have a few questions because we found something weird. And she literally tells her that they find that chemical that's in Visine in his blood system. The crazy thing is she uses the chemical name, and immediately Lana says, "Oh, that's his Visine." Like, she knew that was eye drops chemical. Mm-hmm. And then she says, but he's been using it because someone had told him it would help him go to the bathroom. So the coroner's like, how often is he using this? And she's like, oh, well, he puts it in his, 2 drops in his coffee every day so that he can guarantee he can go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Instead of fiber, he puts Visine chemical in his coffee.
And then she's like, well, how long's he been doing that? And she's like, oh, he's been doing that for years. He put it in there every morning so that he could have a bowel movement. And, I mean, obviously, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to induce intense diarrhea every day? So, to them, they're like, oh, well, then she knew we were going to find the Visine if we did this toxicology.
So she had a come back. There we go.
Right. So she's like, they were like, yeah, you could immediately tell that she recognized what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was,
right.
Oh, yeah.
And she was probably like, well, I'm a nurse, so I know.
Right. So one of the sheriff's office deputies decides they're going to go ahead and go in and also question her. And they take the 2 officers go in together, because why would you go in one? You need good cop, bad cop.
Exactly.
So they tell her who they are, and she immediately starts to try to speak, and she's like, I'm just, and the officer's like, overwhelmed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Getting his good cop on.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, you're not in any trouble. We want to just ask some questions too. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're a witness in this case for us. So naturally, I'm going to read you your rights, because we have to do that with everyone before we ask questions.
Right.
No trouble. Just so you're aware, we're just going to tell you these things because we have to legally before you answer questions with us. Literally, after they Mirandize her, she starts saying that she's wondering if her husband tried to commit suicide with these eye drops. Starts telling them, oh, he had a mood disorder. I walked on eggshells. He was verbally abusive to me. He always called me nasty things, told me I was a stupid bitch, blah, 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 blah. Now she's abused.
Right, now she's abused.
All of a sudden.
But why would that make him want to kill himself?
No one in his family ever saw any evidence of that. She never told anybody this stuff before. This is the first time that she's ever saying any of this. And then she's like backtracking a little bit, saying, oh, I just feel so bad because I feel like I'm making him out to be a monster, blah, 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 blah. She's trying to get the pity thing. Mm-hmm. Well, then they were like, well, the coffee he drank every day, did you make his coffee? And she's like, no, he made his own coffee. I didn't make his coffee for him. Everybody keeps asking me about the coffee. She's like telling him, I know what you really want to know about is the Visine. Like, why are you offering this up if you were trying to look innocent, my friend? And so they tell her again, you do realize there's only 2 people in your house, you and him.
Right. That's it.
And before the officer could even, like, ask another question, she's like, well, he always had that Visine on him. So then they're like, well, did he have any the day that he died? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, you would know the effects of this stuff, right? I mean, you're a nurse. And she's like, sure, but I didn't think it would do anything that serious. Like, I didn't think it would kill you. And that he just, like, they keep pushing and she's just getting defensive. And she's like, I understand you guys are doing your job, but I just feel like you're thinking that I killed my husband. And I did not kill my husband. Mm-hmm. She decides she's not answering any more questions. Right. Like, this is it. I'm done. I'm going home. And that's kind of the pivotal point for them when they're like,
Like, why are you getting defensive and not answering the questions if you've done nothing wrong?
Yeah. So, basically, she had already told investigators that she had a table set up next to the bed. It had his tissues, his little urinal pee thing, medications, and his Visine.
And his glass of water.
And then she confesses. She saw it, and she was just so angry that she took the bottle of Visine and squirted the whole thing into his water.
Wow.
So they're like, the whole bottle. She's like, pretty sure. I squeezed it hard. And she's like, he was asleep, I guess, because she did it when she was getting ready to go outside to the lawn. I just saw it there, just did it. I don't have a reason. I just did it.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was murder.
Yeah. And at this point, you probably could have just still fought it But she's not a smart person, apparently.
She's cool with talking to all these investigators in her house. Mm-hmm. She just didn't want to confess while she was at the sheriff's office, apparently. And she just, like, keeps talking. She's got, like, mouth diarrhea. and she's, like, asking them things like, what if I did kill him? What if I caused his death with the Visine? And now she's no longer the grieving, crying, frantic person with the dead husband. She's like this bitter
psychopath.
Yeah. And she literally tells them she just wanted him to suffer. She said that she was just fed up with his constant demands.
Oh my gosh.
What that means? I mean, apparently she's living my life. Lana, come here. Lana, help me this, help me that. Do this, do that.
Yeah. You're not getting out the Visine.
I'm not getting out the Visine. I'm telling him, get it yourself.
Right.
And I walk away. She's like, it just built up. I was mad.
So you killed him? That's not what you do. You just walk away and leave.
Then she says, well, I didn't want to actually kill him. I just wanted him to suffer, have diarrhea.
I just wanted him to shit himself.
Right. But, like, are you really trying to get him to go, hey, Lana, I need you to come clean this shit off of me?
Right.
I mean, because you've incapacitated this person at this point.
But also, even doing that, even giving somebody, like, excessive amounts of X-Lax or something is still against the law. Right. You can't do that to somebody.
And, of course, now it's gone from not that she was just verbally abused, she's physically abused, too. And hit her a bunch of times. And, of course, they're like, is there any evidence? And she's
right.
like,
Did you file any reports?
No.
Did you get a restraining order?
No. And Steve's sister's like, the way she talked about him, like, I don't know that person she was talking about.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that person because Steve was not that person. So the fact that all of that doesn't ring true, and like even his exes from before Lana, were like, no, that's not him at all. So,
but
like,
even if it was, that still doesn't give you a reason to murder him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of worse situations where people are beaten, abused, and they get away.
You've got all your exes saying, that's not true. You know, and they were saying like most of his exes actually considered Steve to be like the love of their life.
Right.
Like he was really great to them. Which I'm sure
it just didn't work out. Yeah.
Doling out the cash.
Right. $1 million.
But Lana's over there, you know, I was trying to protect myself. And the crossbow incident, she claims is one of those times.
I knew it. And it didn't go right. So she was like, crap.
I was just trying to protect myself from him. Because he was coming at me. He was asleep in the bed.
And you tried to kill him and it didn't work.
And
so then you had to wait.
I had just picked it up and turned and shot him. Again, why was there a crossbow in your room?
Right. Locked and loaded.
You went and got that sucker and brought it in there and shot him on purpose. You're dumb. So nobody believes that she was defending herself for anything.
No.
And looking back at the crossbow situation, all of them believe like that was the first time she attempted to kill him. Like that had to have been attempted murder.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh no, that was attempt number 1 at least that we know of.
After all the interrogation and her confession and all that, Lana actually tries to commit suicide. She took pills, turned on the gas in the house, and left notes that she felt bad about poisoning her husband, so she couldn't live with herself. And I guess one of her neighbors found her like that and called the cops. So she was obviously taken to the hospital and treated briefly, and then she was arrested. So the thing with the eye drops, they say, is like if you consume enough of that, yeah, sure, you get the digestion issues like we talked about in Wedding Crashers in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it also causes like a respiratory depression. So basically it's like everything slows down. It gets harder to breathe. And that's why he needed help.
Right.
And so they're thinking that maybe there was like a surge of adrenaline from panic because he realized something was happening to him. And so he tried to go get help, and that's why he was found at the bottom of the stairs. Like they think.
Or she was like, oh, let me get you up and we're going to go here. And then she pushed him down the stairs.
Yeah. And then like they said, you know, he couldn't call because his phone was nowhere to be found.
Right.
And so it took a little over a month, but on August 31st, 2018, Lana was formally charged with murder. And, you know, they were like, I think she came up with like a million excuses as to why she had wanted her husband dead and ways to make it happen. Whatever, but they also feel like maybe money was a motive. And the family actually thinks now that Lana had probably started planning his death in 2016 because she had convinced him to move from where his family was in North Carolina to South Carolina. So she's like separating him out.
Right, like a true narcissist.
All those things. It's saying, you know, it was super important for her to be there. And it's just like anything she could do to get him away from his family, to isolate him.
Right.
And obviously, being married to a man with all that money, if there's no will in South Carolina,
it all goes to her then.
It all goes to the spouse.
That's why she was like, there's no will.
So that's, yeah, exactly.
I was like, did his attorney not have a copy of his will? Or That's crazy.
Knows?
Yeah.
And they literally had found stuff in her fire pit in the backyard that looked like burnt paper. And remember, she was doing yard work. So the fire pit was lit and smoldering.
So she's like,
when police came, but there was like literal paper in the fire pit.
That's paperwork.
It's evidence.
I'm going to burn it. Nobody's going to know.
Right. And, what's crazy is there's like other things that they feel like could be copycat cases.
Yeah, I've heard of other cases where Visine was used, and I thought that certain thing in Visine had been taken out or something, but I don't know if that's true today, because this was like 2018, so that wasn't that long ago.
Right. It really wasn't. So it's crazy. But Lana ends up pleading guilty to tampering with food and drugs and voluntary manslaughter. So
you went through all of that, made this elaborate lie, all this stuff, and
she
it was
got
like
25 years in prison.
It was me. I did it.
25 years in prison.
I also tried to kill him with a crossbow. 2
years ago.
Right.
Right. She might as well have just admitted that. So, sad little thing.
Yeah.
Sad little thing.
That a tiny little bottle of chemical can
Visine take you out.
Yep.
Sorry, that was so long.
No.
We haven't had any real long ones in a while.
Yeah.
So there was a lot.
Yeah.
It was important that you got it all.
We needed all of the facts and the evidence.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Eventually confessing and going to jail is great.
Yeah.
But she only got 25 years, which I think is dookie.
Yeah. For sure.
She didn't even get, she pled guilty. Obviously, it was a plea deal.
Yeah.
I mean, she pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter instead of murder. But, I mean, it was definitely premeditated. I don't understand why we gave her that, but whatever. Yeah. If y'all feel like it's justice, it is what it is. I can't argue. I'm not the judge or her jury or anything else, I guess. So, here I sit.
With my own thoughts and opinions.
Disappointed in sentencing as usual.
Right.
So,
but yeah. We will, and we'll also have another Sweet Tea After Dark coming up.
Yes, we do.
Let's get those stories in.
Bring them on. You get to hear mine this go round, but we are looking forward to sharing yours.
That's right. That's right.
So send those in to our email. holdmysweetteapodcast@gmail.com or message us on social media.
And I've been making sure to put the little thing at the top of the show notes for every episode, so that way you can see
this is what you need
to do.
Give us.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of information in your story, which I know all of you have something.
Yes. You just have to be brave enough to let it out. That's it.
And I'm so glad I got to meet Carly's baby.
Oh my goodness, yes. Thank you for letting us meet your little
our friends and listeners.
He's so cute.
Yes. She loves our podcast.
Yes. Yeah. It was amazing. We enjoyed the time for sure. He's a cutie pie.
Yep. You know who also has a cutie pie?
Patty Salzetta.
That's right. We didn't get to see her, but she made our theme music.
She did. And it's amazing theme music.
Absolutely. So you guys send in those stories and we'll be looking forward to them so we can read them on the podcast. Like, how awesome would that be? And be like, oh my God,
That's me.
That's me, Jessica. So don't forget.
That's
and
right.
Also, I hope everybody got to see Bad Bunny on the halftime show because it was amazing.
I didn't watch it.
I even got up and danced. I was like, do, 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 do.
Oh, goodness. I have no idea. I didn't watch a single thing that was
Super Bowl
related at all. I literally went home, helped Rihanna sort through her stuff from her baby shower, and passed clean out.
Yeah. It was a day.
It was.
As always, Hold My Sweet Tea is a Drunken Bee production.
Bzz.
You guys remember to stay safe out there, lock up your Visine, and just because we're dipping doesn't mean you can't keep sipping. Bye.
Bye. Or dripping.
Or dripping.